Thank you guys for the love shown on my previous post. Thank you. You guys are amazing. If you have not subscribed, kindly subscribe to this channel. Today, big announcement. Let me breathe. Okay guys, welcome to this channel once again. My name is Sheung and we have a big announcement from Nikon rumored. We have been waiting for Nikon to release the new cameras that they have in their roadmap, and from a reliable source, I think Z8 is around the corner. And guess what? It's a beautiful camera. From the form factor to the design to the video capability to the photo capabilities, everything, it's going to be a beautiful camera. Because I mean, we've all been waiting for this camera to come for the longest time, and having it released anytime soon would be something that everyone, Nikon lovers especially, would be so happy, would be so excited about, especially myself. I've been waiting for the longest time for Nikon to release this, but we haven't gotten it from Nikon. But now I think it's about our time. Nikon is trying to appeal to their customers. I don't think I'm still with Nikon at this point, but if Nikon Z8 comes out and it's something that we've all wished for, definitely I am going with it. No, not a big deal to have two bodies. Of course, it would be expensive managing two different brands, but Nikon is still king when it comes to putting out great cameras. So guys, let's talk about a few things we are all expecting from Nikon Z8. Number one, I don't like the Z9 form factor. I feel like it's too big and bulky for my kind of work. I shoot weddings, I do portraits and all of that, and I feel like it's just ridiculously big for what I do, especially if I will be carrying this camera everywhere throughout the day. It could wear me out, it could make me feel uncomfortable at some point, which I wouldn't want to go for. That was like the number one deal breaker for me when it came out. I had already made payment for the Z9, but I changed my mind along the line and I went with the Fuji GFX system. Of course, I'm enjoying that. I love it, it's beautiful. I've shot several projects with that, just that of course, medium format cannot be compared to full frame cameras or crop frame cameras, especially in terms of speed. So for weddings, I don't really enjoy using GFX, but the X-H2 and the X-H2S, amazing. I've shot several photos and videos with them. They are excellent cameras. Maybe 99% excellent, but we are still waiting for Fujifilm to roll out some firmware to make them even better. But right now, I'm just going to talk about the design and the form factor. The form factor of Z8 would probably be, I mean, it's not even probably, it has to be different from the Z9's form factor. The design, you will still be able to hold it, it will feel very good in your hands, and of course, everything will still look very great. So for the price, I think it will be around $4,000 to $5,000. Just like the Canons. So for video capabilities, it should be able to do 30 frames per second, 8K, maybe 6K open gate if Nikon wants to make us feel lucky. But for sure, it would do 4K 120, just like every other cameras out there. Autofocus, that would be blazing fast because of course, Z9 is a high-end camera, and I think if it has the same processor like the Z9, I don't see a reason why the autofocus should be bad. The autofocus should even be better. This is something that they're releasing a year after the release of Nikon Z9. For some reasons, I don't think the autofocus will be better than Z9's autofocus, but I feel like it would have some advantages over the Z9, possibly. Oh, I haven't spoken anything about the EVF. The electronic viewfinder would be, the color would be insane, because I mean, it was like that for Z9. Of course, the color from the Z9 is great. I can't remember the million pixels, but I think the EVF from the Z8 would be better than the Z9's EVF. Card slot. The Z8 would have one CF Express and one SD card slot. That way, it's still able to fit into the body perfectly because, of course, it won't be as big and bulky as the Z9. Battery. What do you guys think? Of course, Nikon is known for a very unique way of designing their batteries, and I feel like if they wanted to cut across, they should just limit the battery to what the Z7 has already. I think that way, if you already have those, you shouldn't bother having more batteries, but for sure, I don't think they should change the battery. I don't know if some magic could be made if they would increase the ampere, but I don't think they should change the form factor of the previous batteries that they currently have in those bodies like Z7 or Z6. I don't think they should change the battery, but they can improve on the battery, of which Z6 and Z7 batteries are excellent, amazing batteries. I don't think anything should change in my opinion. But of course, it won't have the Z9 battery availability. I think this should be released before the end of summer. We're talking about August, September. The tilting screen, let's talk about the tilting screen. Just like the Z9's 4-axis tilting screen, it won't be anything significantly different from the Z9. The Z9 screen feels more centered because of the body, but Z8 wouldn't use fully articulated screen. It would rather use the tilting screen. So let's talk about the illuminating buttons. I mean, so many cameras now don't have that, but Nikon has been doing that. They did that with the D850. I think they did that with the D6 or so, and Z9. I don't think anything should change because it's something that they are known for. It's more like a signature for them now, and they are the only one doing. In my opinion, I don't know if other companies are doing that, but they have been doing that for a while. So I don't think Z8 should not have illuminating buttons. Video, I think I've spoken some things about. I think I've talked about this 4K and all of that. I don't think this camera is geared towards videographers. I think it's more of a photographer's kind of workhorse. So for the recording time, I think it won't be as long as the Z9. These are the differences that you will see between the Z9 and the Z8. I don't think the recording time would be as long as the Z9. Maybe 8K, 30 frames per second would go up to 30 minutes record time, but I don't think it would do 125 minutes record time, just like the Z9. 4K, I think 4K would record infinity because XSpeed 7, let's not forget. But of course, I don't know how the heat dissipation will be managed due to the body size, but I think it won't still record for long, just like the Z9. So guys, I think that's everything you need to know about the Z8. And one more thing, for the base ISO, I think it would have 64 base ISO and maybe as high as 25,600 before you're able to even crank it up. And another thing about the image quality, I think it will be very similar to what you would get from the Z9. Nothing will be different. But of course, you know Nikon for something, especially the colors and the megapixels. I mean, this is a high-end camera, so the image quality would always be excellent. This is something that Nikon has proven over time. So guys, this is my opinion about what the D850 should look like and what we're expecting from the camera. Thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you for watching this video, and you guys should turn on your notification. More videos coming right on this channel. See you guys.